Hi everyone, Bob Patton here. I'm glad you could all make it today. The reason we're here today is a couple weeks ago, I was at a networking event where I met Jacqueline Watson from your company. Uh, we had some conversations about different things, and one of them was she was telling me she was having some issues here at her company and wanted to know if I'd be able to help her out. Maybe come out, take a look, talk to some of the people, and if it looks like I can solve her problems, submit a proposal to her. So I told her that shouldn't be an issue, and so we'll go over that and tell you how it happened and take a look at it. Go ahead and start on the displays here. Okay, this is an introduction to this. As I mentioned, I did talk to Jackie, and some of the issues she was just telling me was that they're not getting all their work done on a daily basis. They receive these, many trays of mail, which they are basically EOBs, explanation of benefits, and they scan those in for their clients, their healthcare providers, and they scan them in for their clients and provide them daily with images and data that they extract. And they contractually are bound to scan everything they receive and get it out the same day. It's not happening. It was happening, but over the last couple of months, it's been slowing down, and they're having to hold work over. Uh, she's showing an increase in overtime by having the employees having to stay longer to get as much done as they can. And of course, that's causing employees to complain a lot, as well as other things. Uh, I asked her, if there was a time we could come out and, I could evaluate the computers and maybe talk to the employees to see what these complaints were all about. So we set up a time, and I came out on that following Friday to take a look. I met with several of the employees and wanted to hear what they had to say. And some of the complaints they were having is that it's taking twice as long to scan a page. They're getting timeout messages. The one operator did notice that. She said they were getting timeout messages when they were running items on the scanner. And sometimes the scanner would just lock up right in the middle of a scan, pause, and then start again. And then when they finish their batches, they close out their batches, and they were getting error message. And more than likely, they were just timing out also. And at the end, also at the same time, they run a script which copies all their images over to the server. That's when they're done, and they're getting errors on that also. So without knowing what the errors were, um, I wanted to go ahead and take a look at the computer and see what I could come up with. Looking over their computers, they have 8 of them. I noticed that there were multiple operating systems running on them. 4 of them had Windows 7, 2 had Windows XP, and 2 of them were fairly up to date with 8.1. I noticed that the Windows Update had been disabled on all the computers, so they were not getting their updates. The antivirus software they use is Trend Antivirus, which is good, but they're not downloading the signature file, which is the virus file. It hasn't been done since 2014. So I guess they're lucky they haven't received any viruses. I noticed also that the computers use the same logon for everybody. Same logon, same password, which is very dangerous and definitely not secure. When looking at the hard drive, I noticed that the image files were still on the local drives, dating all the way back to 2013. And looking at the computers themselves, I was wanting to look at the network. I noticed that all the computers are up to a very slow router on the floor, where 8 cables are going in and 1 going out all the way to the main router in the computer room. The router in the computer room is high speed. The router in this room is low speed. Scanner drivers were out of date, and the base scanning software needed upgraded. Usually with these vendors, they have patches and things they want to upload, and they said they've never even talked to the vendor about it. The key success factors are that we want to create a standard platform with Windows 8 straight across the board. And anytime you want to do an upgrade, you need to do them all. You shouldn't just do one. You should do all of them. You want to make sure that all the updates for Windows and the antivirus software is always enabled. You want to create a direct connection right to your main router if possible. to get the ultimate in speed. The network administrator, he needs to get these logons switched. You need to have unique logons. And the vendor software, of course, having them updated. We got to clean up the local hard drives to have no more than 1 week's images. From looking at these drives, they're almost out of space, very low in space, which could be one of the ultimate problems. And we want to make sure the scanner drivers are up to date, because once you update to Windows 8.1, you want to make sure you have the right drivers. Some of the benefits and the risk. The risks are, once you get this done, if you don't continue your regular maintenance on the systems, you're going to just open yourself up for problems. That's like that on any computer. You always want to make sure everything's being run that's supposed to run, the updates are running, and the antivirus is loading, and if you get error messages, you need to document them. And that's what something management needs to do here. They need to work with the employees to make sure that there's some procedures in place. So they start having issues, they need to document them, screen print them, something along that line, and give them to the manager right away. The benefits of having this done, however, is going to have a lot faster workflow. There should be no interruptions. You'll be able to process all their EOBs daily without any problems, and it'll have increased security with to prevent viruses from happening. And they shouldn't have prevent the at least decrease production downtime. A big factor is the fact that Microsoft is no longer offering updates to Windows XP. So you're leaving yourself wide open on those computers with XP. The plan that I have set up is I want to get out there after hours. And first of all, maybe at the end of the shift, and talk with some of the employees. I want to get the manager and the network administrator, and they need to be there. The network admin can get his work done in advance if he wants, but I do prefer he there when we run the cables. Now we're going to go ahead and download and install the Windows 8.1 on all computers, configure their Windows update to run automatically, download the Trend antivirus signature file, and we'll set those to run automatically on Friday as requested from your manager. I prefer them. Me personally, I would run them on every night, but if their manager's, Friday's fine. And as I said, the network admin, he's going to go ahead and create the logons. We're going to run the Ethernet cable. I'll probably go in there and do that the night before, since it doesn't require, it won't take me very long because you already have the cable there. And then I'm going to modify the end of script batch to change from using the copy command to the move command. The main difference between that is when you use the copy, it moves it from this, it copies it from this drive to that drive, but when you use the move command, it copies it over and then removes it from the original drive. So your local drives will have no images on them, so you should never have a space problem. Then, of course, we're going to download and install all the new scanner drivers. The summary for that, the cost is, as they requested from me, is going to be $725. That includes the discount that I mentioned to Jacqueline. And should there be any questions, Jacqueline, you can contact me anytime and we can go over this. So anybody have any questions? Like I said, you can just go ahead and contact me at any time, and we'll get this done. I really enjoyed, everybody that's here. I had some questions from some of you in advance. Enjoyed meeting everyone when I was out there, and I look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you again.